Rich in tradition, pride and pedigree. Sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, live from Rush Chandler Stadium. It is a deciding game between Bethune Cookman and Jackson State. One of these two teams will head to the championship game tomorrow, and they'll play the winner of the FAMU and Grambling State University game later this afternoon. You see Bethune Cookman in the blue jerseys, kind of an ode to some of those Philadelphia Phillies jerseys, but the reason they're wearing them is to bring more attention to autism awareness. And as a father who has an autistic child, it's really good to see teams doing more like that to bring awareness towards autism. Hi, everybody. Santoria Black along with Brett Oates. Of course, we've got all of our crew here. We really appreciate you joining us. Simone Stanley, Charles Bishop will be joining us. And we are ready for some baseball. 2 games on a Saturday. Sometimes you don't have any games on a Saturday because teams have taken care of business on Friday. But now you've got 2 games here, and 2 teams go to the championship game tomorrow.
Wow. After last night's game, they were battling it out, and now this is where they settle it. Like Coach Hernandez says, pull up your chair, all the chips are on the table.
Absolutely. Well, Jackson State will come to the plate first in this ball game. They are the visitors. And, of course, remember, Jackson State University is the 4 seed in this tournament. Texas Southern was eliminated. Of course, they were the 1 seed out of the West. There are 3 teams from the East and 1 team from the West remaining. And that 1 team, Grambling State University, who's been the story so far in these last couple of days because they were the team that didn't really have as much pitching and the pitching staff that they wanted, especially with injuries. But Coach Davin Pierre and the Tigers, they have found a way, and now they are a game away from the championship.
Last night, those guys said that they did not want to go home, and they showed it.
Starting out for Jackson State University, Rodney Hibbler II coming to the plate. And the officials starting play. We are underway. First pitch swung on for a strike. For Jackson State, Jayandrick Lawrence, starting pitcher. And for Bethune-Cookman, Tanner Bacabello, an all-conference pitcher. That pitch in there for a strike. Strike 2. Rodney Hibbler Jr., 3 for 12 during this tournament, 4 runs scored. He's got 3 hits. Outside. If you're Jackson State, they have really hit well yesterday. It was a little bit of a struggle for them. They didn't really get as many runs as they wanted to. They'll have to have the pitching and run support today. Strike 3.
That is what Coach Johnson did not want to see. He was saying that earlier down in the dugout today, is that we've got to be more aggressive and not take these pitches down the middle.
Charles Bishop joining us down in the dugout.
Yes, one of the keys to today's game, Coach Hernandez said, it's going to be huge for them to keep Jackson State's leadoff hitter off base. So that was huge for them to get the first out there with Rodney Hibbler.
Here's a chopper up the middle. The throw not in time, but a heck of an effort by the shortstop from Bethune-Cookman, Ramses Cordova.
Cordova, you watch the footwork on this, how he comes. That's covering a lot of ground as a shortstop. Watch this. He gets it, makes the pirouette, and still gets some on it. However, with the speed of Jackson State, not enough.
And we all know too well Jackson State has tremendous speed. Here's the starting lineup for Jackson State presented by Chevrolet. Rodney Hibbler Jr., Jordan McClatty, Lenny Montesano, Joseph Eichelberger, Miles White, Robert Tate Jr., Jalen Williams, Sebastian Cabeza, and Shamar Harris. And then Lawrence, the pitcher. One runner aboard for Jackson State. Mean cut. all the coaches have told their players, make sure you're taking cuts. Don't be guilty of just looking.
That has exactly been the theme out of both dugouts. This is a championship game in their mind. This is a championship game right here. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing to hold back on. Take your cuts. If, you can't just sit on one pitch. If you're going to have to just be aggressive at the plate.
Here's a shot into right field. And with the catch, Sergio Rivera.
And it's something to pay attention to today, especially. Watch how batters kind of sort of extend their strike zone a little bit. That's one of the things that both coaches kind of talked about paying attention to.
Joseph Eichelberger at the plate now, hitting .571 in the tournament in 3 games. He's 8 for 14, 4 runs. He's got a double, 6 RBI, struck out 3 times. When you're 8 for 14 in the tournament, you are getting some production. And remember, this is a team that doesn't hit a lot of home runs. The only one that has hit a home run is Ajun Huerta, not playing in today's game today. Fouled off. Oh, fouled off. Well, do they say that was a hit?
No, they said that was a dribbler right out in front. So he tagged him for the third out.
So no score here. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We now go to the bottom of the first inning. Bethune Cookman coming up.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Back in Atlanta, 2024 Southwestern Athletic Conference Tournament. Glad you could join us here today at Rush Chandler Stadium. No score here, bottom of the first inning. Bethune Cookman at the plate. Daniel Figueroa gets a base hit for Bethune Cookman, and they continue to do well as far as hitting the baseball.
This is what Coach Hernandez was saying. He needs the top half of his lineup to be productive. They were productive yesterday afternoon, and they were productive in their first game in the early, as you call, the eggs and grits game.
Grits and egg session. Here's the lineup for Bethune Cookman, presented by Chevrolet. And, you look at that lineup, Garrett Chun, he has been extremely good in trying to look at that ball and getting some walks. Cordova. And then Olison, man, he got a couple of home runs during this tournament. Bacabello, all-conference pitcher. Here's a bunt. Perfectly laid down, throw over to first in time.
We're already trying to get guys in scoring position. I know you're always trying to get guys in scoring position. First inning, this is the SWAC. And Coach Hernandez was telling me and Charles down there that this is a very fast-paced conference, not taking away from anybody else. But you have to prepare to play in the SWAC because of the pace and
Absolutely.
the speed.
Sergio Rivera up to the plate. 3 for 13 here in the tournament. He's got a double, 5 RBI. He's walked twice. Rivera in that game against Texas Southern reached base 4 times. He was hit by a pitch twice and walked once. Here's a pitch. 0-2. Discipline at the plate. That's been the story. Making sure everybody is disciplined at the plate.
You can see a little frustration right there with the catcher for Jackson State. Cabeza didn't want that. He threw it down across that middle, and he saw a danger. He set up outside. You see where he's setting up, and he's like, hey, calm down. See where I'm setting up. Hit that outside corner.
Rivera behind in the count. 1 away.
Ooh.
Now the first ball.
Cabeza likes that one. Look at him. See him bat down. Right here, baby. Come on. Right here. Let's make him swing that. Tried to do a nice frame.
Safe at third. Stolen base for Bethune-Cookman. And right away, Brett, we can see where Bethune-Cookman is going to be aggressive on the bases.
That's exactly it. Watch him sit there, and he's going to take off. Score. Wow. Cabeza, good throw. Good play. Harris puts the tag on him, but no way he's going to get him. Great jump.
Taking a page out of the speed book there. Trying to get some extra bases to get him in scoring position, and this is a shot down the third baseline foul.
And it's just one of the things to kind of pay attention to with regards to this game because both of these teams know each other so well. We talked about analytics versus playing your hunch. And Coach Hernandez was saying sometimes it's just a feel, knowing when to go, knowing when to play the statistics.
Pitch to the outside. Now the count is full. We'll join the final member of our broadcast team, Simone Stanley, very shortly. Swung on, strike 3, and Sergio Rivera goes down. Now the designated hitter.
Number 21.
Jose Gonzalez now coming to the plate. Gonzalez hitting 570 or 538 here in the tournament. 7 of 13 in 4 games, 8 RBI, and he's got 2 home runs. He's definitely somebody that can put this one out of the ballpark.
Look at this. We're going to just go ahead and put him on. They're not even going to play around with it.
Yep.
What was that average again? 5?
538.
Oh, yeah. Definitely we're putting him on.
So Coach Omar Johnson was like, do not pitch this guy. He's got a double, 2 home runs. And there you're just kind of playing some of the numbers. It's like, hey, he's probably one of the more dangerous hitters. Now Cordova coming to the plate with runners at the corner. Cordova hitting 400 in the tournament. 6 of 15. He's got 4 home runs. And they get the out.
Harris makes a nice play over there at third base.
No errors committed.
I'm going to call that for Jackson State, the shortstop and third base. That's going to be the youth area.
Absolutely. Well, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We go to the top of the second. No score here in this first final semifinal game.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Top of the second inning, Jackson State up to the plate. They'll bring White, Tate Jr., and Williams to the dish. And we can tell both of these folks feeling each other out.
And Coach Hernandez is over here feeling the music. He likes some of the songs DJ is playing.
Yeah, I see that.
I say, you know this song? He's like, really? I'm from Miami.
It's that foul, White. That Miami connection in both dugouts, both head coaches from Miami.
Here's a pitch. Foul.
Already, I like this for a bunch of, we've been using a lot of this stuff for instructional videos. Younger guys who are catching, watch what Escobar is doing and watch what Cabrera is doing behind that plate, how they're setting up for the pitch.
This one goes to the backstop.
You can tell where he wants those pitches. Both catchers do a great job of that. They're setting up where they want that pitch. And again, as we told you, they're the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Down the first baseline, ball bobbled just a bit, recovered, and first down of the inning.
The shortstop, number 11.
Look at this, here we go.
Robert Tate
He gets it down.
Jr.
Get in front of the ball. There you go, calls him off. I got it. Covers the bag. Nice, good play. Wow, there we go. Two quick ones. Two quick ones on Robert Tate as we get started here. He's been looking impressive through this whole tournament.
Robert Tate Jr.
Oh, try to get him to go after it. See how Escobar sets up and tries to frame it, but the umpire's not having it.
Well, the rain was prevalent here today, early this morning, and of course the game which is scheduled to start at 12 Eastern time, and this one goes in between first and second, base hit. Game was supposed to start at noon and started at 1 p.m. to give the fantastic grounds crew here at Georgia Tech the opportunity to really get this field ready and all set to go for today's game. And I tell you what, they have done a masterful job. Had a little rain yesterday about a 30-minute delay, 45-minute, and then one this morning. And, of course, we saw the weather forecast. All that rain was to move out of the area between 12 and 1. It has, and so they were just really, really on the spot getting this field ready.
Fantastic. I think Charles even ended up on the grounds crew pulling off the tarp when we got here.
And I have the dust on myself to prove it, yes.
Well, I tell you what, when the conference says all hands on deck, they mean all hands on deck.
And these hands have the proof of it.
Oh, that chopper took a mean bounce.
And there we go with the speed.
Jackson State comes into third, so runners at first and third. Jalen Williams will be at third. Jalen Williams is at third. Sebastian Cabeza is up to bat.
Wow. Took a crazy hop. Just got away from him. I thought that was going to be a turn, too.
Jalen Williams at first. Miles White at third. And now Sebastian Cabeza up to the plate.
Here we go. The beginning of Omar ball, trying to get that run in from third base.
And if you remember yesterday, Cabeza, they tried a squeeze play, and Bethune Cookman was right on top of it, but they were able to get the out at home.
Cabeza 4 of 10 in the tournament, scoring 2 runs. He's got an RBI and a double. Here's a shot right at the second baseman's head, and they got him doubled up.
There's nothing you can do about that. Great shot. That was a liner. Straight to the second baseman. You're taking off. The ground's a little moist. You lose your grounding. But that was a hit and run.
Well, for Jackson State University, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Bottom of the second inning, no score between Jackson State and Bethune-Cookman. Back after this.
To gain entry into Championship Sunday, the 2024 Pepsi SWAC Baseball Tournament, brought to you by Chevrolet.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Here's the catcher, number 22.
Back here in Atlanta, where you see all of the great skyscrapers, great view of the city of Atlanta, where this tournament has been the last 2 years now. What a fantastic shot of downtown. This city has played host to so many great events. And then, of course, you've got the College Football Hall of Fame and the HBCU Hall of Fame in there as well. Black College Sports Hall of Fame, I should say, where you are celebrated by so many people. And so guess what? You know, this is a place that you need to come to, not just to see this tournament, but visit and look at some of the great history that this city has to offer.
Those were great shots.
So now to bat for Bethune-Cookman is Irvin Escobar. Escobar hitting .333 here in the tournament, 4 of 12. That pitch in there for a strike.
Compete. That's what both coaches were saying to all their guys. Compete. And we have seen some grit in this tournament.
And there's a walk. Escobar takes a walk, and now Manny Soufrain will come to the plate. He's hitting .308 in the tournament.
First baseman number 16, Manny Soufrain.
4 of 13. 3 RBI here in the tournament. .289 on the season, including the tournament. The shot fouled off.
Sam, what do you think? First 3 innings.
First 3 innings are always the most. That tells the story there, because now you've got 3 innings under your belt where the pitchers can get used to each other. They can fill each other out as far as the hitters and things. Kind of get an idea of how the pace of the game could go. A lot is told in the first 3 innings, though. Here's a shot down the first base line, unassisted, over to second. In time for the out. Well, that's when you know you have fun playing a game that you love.
Yes, yes.
Number 29, Jorge Gonzalez-Fable.
There you go, puts the tag on him. As Escobar tries to do the back foot shuffle.
Always great when you can make a tag with a smile.
Jorge Gonzalez-Fable up to the plate now for Bethune-Cookman.
But that was a good play by Monsanto at first base to be heads up, tag, and still had enough time to make that play.
Yeah, Montesano doing a great job of just making sure that he had the ball under control and give it back over to second base. Great awareness. Here's a shot straight up in the air, and it's going to go out of play. Of course, it joins the many baseballs that are up on the roof
Yeah.
here at Rush Chandler Stadium. Charles had the opportunity to speak with John Grant yesterday, who is over the Celebration Bowl as well as the SWAC MEAC Challenge. And this year you've got Florida A&M and Norfolk State coming here. Norfolk State, of course, first time they've been to the SWAC MEAC Challenge, and Norfolk State coming in with a great tradition and has one of the great bands in HBCU land.
The Spartan Legion.
Yes. They have not been down this way in quite some time, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that can't wait to see that game. Swung on and missed. So Fabo goes down swinging, and that's the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now go to the top of the third with the score 0-0. Great.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Back here in Atlanta, where the Jackson State University Tigers and Bethune Cookman Wildcats battling it out for one of the two spots in the SWAC championship game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Good pitch.
It is just amazing to me, and I'm such a fan of Shamar Harris. The freshman, he was playing high school baseball this time last year.
Strike two, so 1-2 now the count. Simone Stanley down by the Bethune Cookman Wildcat dugout, and Simone, the Bethune Cookman Wildcats have on those blue uniforms, which we talked about at the top of the program, and bringing more awareness to autism.
Yes, so Coach Hernandez said that these blue uniforms have been getting a lot of questions this year, and he said that they were inspired by a friend of his whose son was diagnosed with autism, and these blue uniforms are bringing awareness to that. The color blue represents communication, hope, and the calming nature appreciated by those children who are affected with autism.
And I can tell you, as a parent of an autistic child, it is so important that people understand what autistic children go to, and there's so many different levels of the spectrum. And you know, when you first hear that diagnosis, sometimes the first thing parents do is they blame themselves, or they just say, you know, that can't be my child. And so it is so important to understand the tools that you need to give your children when they are diagnosed with autism, and make sure that you know that, hey, they can live normal lives, they can do a lot of different things, but they're going to need some assistance and help along the way. Here's a shot into center field. Figueroa with the catch.
Very well said, Desh. And let's continue to talk about that today. Give exposure to autism.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I tell you this, you know, one of the things that is so important for parents to understand is you can't blame yourself for that. But the one thing that you can do is make sure that your kids are set up with the tools that they need to succeed in life. And no matter where your kids are on the spectrum, and it's, you know, really wide. You have some kids that are nonverbal, some kids that are verbal that have high anxiety. It's kind of where my son is. But they don't process things the same. So the amount of patience that you have to have and the amount of knowledge that you have to gain is so important. Missing with the ball. Rodney Hibbler Jr. struck out the first time he was up. Hitting .250 in the tournament.
I think Hibbler says something about he wanted a little up higher, but that's not the pitcher's fault to put it where you want it.
Chopper to the shortstop, Cordova. Throws over to Sufrain for the second out.
Right fielder, number 4, Jordan McClatty.
Now McClatty coming up to the plate. McClatty hitting .500. 4 for 8 in the tournament with a double, 3 RBI.
You know, this game early has the exact same feel to yesterday, where both teams were kind of feeling each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I said it was like watching two heavyweights. You know, the big punch hasn't been thrown yet.
Well, these two teams have given each other their best shots. Well, Bethune Cookman has one of the 2 starting pitchers of the year, first team all conference, and also the newcomer of the year in Tanner Boccabello.
And something to keep in mind, Tanner Boccabello, first game in this tournament against Prairie View, he threw 81 pitches. Same thing with regards to Jared Lawrence. We've seen him once in this tournament against Texas Southern. He threw 79 pitches.
Boy, you saw the catcher for Bethune-Cookman, Irvin Escobar, really try to frame that pitch.
Ooh, did he? He tried to make it look like a Picasso. But again, the umpire was saying no go.
Swung on, strike 3. And that retires Jackson State in this half of the 3rd inning. Going to the bottom of the 3rd. No score here in Atlanta, the 2024 SWAC baseball tournament.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Back here in Atlanta, there you see a couple of Bethune-Cookman fans enjoying each other's game and getting a little dance on in between the innings.
There you go.
Fans having fun with each other during the course of this game. Colton Olison now at the plate for Bethune-Cookman. Oh, 2 the count. Olison hitting .333. 4 of 12 in this tournament. And Olison has a home run, 2 RBI.
The production of this Wildcat lineup was really impressive yesterday.
And Robert Tate Jr. getting it over to Montesano at first for out number 1.
I was saying earlier, Robert Tate Jr. and Harris over there on the kiddie side or the youth side, freshmen playing in the tournament, and the level that they've been playing. They've been making plays in the field and at the plate under pressure.
Figueroa now coming to the plate, got a hit and a stolen base in that first inning.
For guys that are freshmen, wow.
Unbelievable. Coming into this game on the season, Figueroa hitting .294, played in 51 games, started in 43. 5 doubles, 17 RBI. Here's a shot deep into center field, and getting under it for Jackson State University, Rodney Hibbler Jr.
Left fielder number 34, Garrett Chun.
Now Garrett Chun coming to the plate, hitting .275. The senior has played and started in all 58 games for Bethune-Cookman. 41 RBI. He leads the team in RBI, this lineup, I should say. '63 hits. Only other person in this lineup that has more than that is Gonzalez with 76.
Wow. And those are impressive numbers. When you can get production out of your guys like that,
Oh, absolutely. Shot up in the air, going towards Eichelberger, and he makes the catch in left field to end the inning. 1-2-3 for Bethune-Cookman. And we now go to the top of the fourth inning. No score. First 3 innings in the books. No score as these two teams continue to battle on the mound.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can.
Another year, another fence slum. We gon' spin and kill.
Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Back here in Atlanta, there you see parts of Centennial Park and Trust Park. Man, it's beautiful, beautiful park where the Atlanta Braves play. Truist Park, I should say. And, man, if you've never been there before to watch a Braves game, it is something. Downtown Atlanta is so impressive. There's so many great places you can go down there. One of my favorite places is M&M World.
There you go. All right.
I've had both the plain and the peanut since we've been here. And normally I'm an M&M fan. Here's a shot in between short and third. Base hit. Lenny Montesano starting things off with a base hit.
You say you like M&M World. You know who I
Absolutely.
Don't laugh at who I like it here is Waffle House.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. It's clutch, ain't it? It is clutch.
It has been clutch for us for the past couple of nights.
One of the great things about this city is there are just so many great food places to eat at, so many great things to do here, and that is why this place has been is now a destination spot for this conference, whether you're going to Centennial Park. And here's a great shot over to second, and it is in time for the out, getting the lead runner.
Escobar did a great job on getting that, fielding that. Watch this bunt. He never hesitated. He's going to go right after the lead runner. This is what we're talking about when if the ball is hit to me, where am I going to go, knowing the situation.
And Coach Hernandez talked about all the work they put in fall ball just for situations like that. Great play by Escobar.
Here's a shot in the center. Second out of the inning. Simone, you were telling us during the break about some great things going on with the ballpark at Bethune-Cookman.
Yes, so the ballpark, Jackie Robinson Ballpark, is shared with the minor league team in Daytona, the Daytona Tortugas, and it's currently undergoing a $30 million renovation with upgrades to the stadium lights, the fan experience areas, the clubhouses, the weight rooms, the locker rooms, and for the offices that are shared with the Bethune-Cookman coaches and the Tortugas.
I'll tell you what, they're making some great moves over there. I saw their athletic director, Reggie Theus. And, one of the things that he talked about was just how important it is. You have to be not only competitive with the athletes that you do recruit, but you have to have something so when you have recruits, they can come and see it.
That's right. Facilities.
Yep. Here's a shot in between second and first. And another base runner for Jackson State.
Those are the things that you work on, hitting behind the runner. You saw how Tate just hits behind the run. That just doesn't happen. You practice on that. Like Charles was saying, those are the things that you work on in fall ball. A lot of people don't see these guys, but in September through all the way up to pretty much they go home in December. They are working, they're practicing on this stuff all year.
And you're right. A lot of people pay so much attention to football. You got volleyball going on cross country in the fall that people forget that there is fall ball going on, especially with these players, and they're doing a lot of conditioning things. Some teams have like Fall World Series and what have you, especially during football where fans can come and get a little sneak preview of the teams.
Fall ball at every level is important, particularly in high school, because you get to do a lot of teaching and to really shore up the fundamentals.
Chopper to third base and getting it over to Sufrain for the last down of this inning.
There were no runs scored on 2 hits, no errors committed, and 2 runners stranded. We remain scoreless here. SWAC semifinal Saturday. As we move to the bottom of the 4th inning.
And Charles Bishop with the dean of the baseball coaches, Coach Omar Johnson.
Yeah, we're going to stay with it down here with Coach Omar Johnson. Coach, you talked about how you wanted to see your pitcher compete in the strike zone. Thus far, he's only kept this Bethune Cookman offense to only 1 hit today.
Hey, he's competing in the zone. He's getting his pitches over right now. So, he's a really good pitcher. He pitched for internationally for his country. So he's been on some big stages.
In terms of trying to get to Tanner Bocabella, what are some things that you want to see your batters do?
Well, he's really good. Probably the pitcher of the year in our conference, something like that. We faced him a couple times. I think this may be our 2nd or 3rd time facing him this year. No, fastball, slider, changeup. No, he competes in the zone. He knows what he's doing up there. So, our guys are going to have to make some adjustments and stay on some pitches.
I'll let you get back to it, Coach.
All right. We'll take a short timeout, or we keep it right here. Wanted to make sure because they were still putting time on the clock. So we were keeping right here as the Jackson State University Tigers and Bethune Cookman Wildcats, no score.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for Bethune Cookman.
Well, semifinals. This is moving day. One team moves to the championship, one team goes home.
Wow. And you don't want to be the one having to pack your bags.
No, you don't. And that's the thing is that every game now is an elimination game. Every game is an elimination game.
You said this yesterday. You don't want to. You want to make sure that you're staying at the same hotel.
Yes.
And for those who don't know, that means because everybody has to pack their bags to come here. Because if you lose, you're getting on the bus.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things that I tell you that is really impressive about what these teams' mindsets really are, because now they know that, hey, we've got a battle. We've got, and some teams, they're like, hey, we've got all the pressure is on us to do certain things. So that's where teams are right now. They know that this is the day. There is no, hey, if we lose today, we've got tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There's only next year.
Next year, that's right. Wow.
Nice reaction on that one.
Designated hitter.
Lauren, hey, a lot of people say, oh, he made a good play. A lot of that stuff is just reaction.
Reaction and instinct.
Look at Lauren, boom, right there.
Whoa.
Boom, up. Got it. Here we go. Let me calm down. Do a nice little toss.
Here's a shot into right field, and it is caught. Now Cordova comes to the plate.
Now, you see how that ball, how Rivera was able to play that kind of line drive? It's in between a line drive and pop. That's a hard ball to read. That is something that you have to work on, and that's a fall ball thing that you're constantly having to work on. I've seen Omar do this stuff, Omar Johnson. I'm so used to him, that Coach Johnson and his staff work with his outfielders, particularly on those type of balls.
Shot in the left field, base hit. First hit in this half of the inning. And, you take a look at this, what Bethune-Cookman has done in this tournament. They lost 16 or won 16-1 in their first game. Then they lost to Jackson State 11-6. They scored 16 runs again against Texas Southern, and then won 4-3 in 10 innings to get a deciding third game.
Wow.
So this Bethune-Cookman team, you talk about just being able to put some points up or some runs up on the board. First 2 games or the first 3 games, 32 runs, 32-1. They outscored Prairie View and Texas Southern. They lost to Jackson 11-6, but you get 2 teams from the West and you put 32 up. You only allow 1 run.
Wow. That's a lot of runs in baseball. That's a lot.
This ball gets away and the batter is hit.
First baseman, number 16, Manny Soufre.
Wow, Escobar takes it off the, looks like a little bit off the foot, doesn't it?
We saw a couple of hitters yesterday that took shots off of their foot. That pitch in there for a strike.
Okay, with the cat and mouse game, Soufre, do we put it down? Do we bunt and try to get him over? But 2 outs. No, he's got to swing away.
And here's a shot down the first baseline foul.
One thing I am picking up on is a lot of off-speed pitches. They're not grooving any fastballs to any of these hitters.
Because they have shown, both teams, they'll turn on your fastball. Cabeza setting up on the outside.
Soufre trying to get a couple of runs in for Bethune-Cookman, but there are 2 outs, and he's behind in the count. This one up in the air. Looks like it will come down to the shortstop, Robert Tate Jr., to retire Jackson State.
No runs were 1 hit, no errors were committed, and 2 runners were stranded. We move, ladies and gentlemen, to the top.
So a couple of base runners stranded for Bethune-Cookman in the 4th inning. We move now to the bottom of the top of the 5th. No score here in Atlanta.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field, That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Back here in Atlanta, McNeese Baseball Park at Rush Chandler Stadium. No score as we get ready for the top of the fifth inning. And Simone down by the Bethune Cookman dugout, talking to their head coach.
We have Coach Hernandez here. Coach, what are you seeing after these first 4 innings?
Really good ball game. Both teams are, as expected, playing really, high quality baseball. For an opportunity to play for tomorrow. I think we just got to make a little bit better adjustments on the offensive side, and Boca's just got to, continue to provide us opportunity for outs and clean innings. So just pleased with it, but we got to be a little bit better.
Yesterday, you were emphasizing energy is what you wanted to see from the team. Are you happy with that energy that they're showing today?
Yeah, energy is not so much, cheering and doing all of that. It's more being locked in, running the bases hard, playing clean defense, doing all of that, and then, having guys in our dugout see if there's anything that they can pick up, to assist us on the offensive side. So, so far so good. Still got a lot of ball game left.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So Coach Hernandez is saying, energy is not just about the hoorah, but it's also about the actual being locked in and making sure that you're giving all the effort. Shot into right field. And Rivera gets under the ball for the first out of the inning.
You're right. It's those little things that you have to show effort in. Running down the baseline, even when you hit it there. We saw yesterday that you can lose a baseball or somebody can drop it because you were laxical, that you didn't get a double.
Well, I think that the other thing is what you see is that the elements can play a part in the game. We saw that yesterday is when the rain went away and you started having a lot of sunshine and things like that. And, you had some of the guys in the outfield losing the ball and, just little things that can happen. And, when it is wet in this field, it makes a difference on what the ball does as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, make no doubt about it. This is a very well-kept field. So, in I believe that was the first inning we saw a bad hop. That was unusual for this kind of surface.
Here's a shot into center field, and it's going to be a base hit. So Shamar Harris gets aboard for Jackson State. Now Rodney Hibbler Jr., the second joint, will be at the plate. Hibbler Jr., 0 for 2 today. Pitch in there for a strike. Hibbler Jr. Didn't quite like that call, but digging right back in. And he goes down swinging. Jordan McClatty now at the plate after Hibbler Jr. struck out.
Both teams have guys that are just tough, gritty ball players. They'll grind. Both of these guys are grinding. Both teams. Nobody is looking to give an inch. Everybody said, to themselves, I'm not going home. You're going home. No, you're going home.
Jordan McClatty with one strikeout here in the ball game. Also, he's been on base once, had a single in the first inning. Straight back up the field. And now McClatty gets on. Shamar Harris goes over to second. You were talking about just what Shamar Harris has meant to this team. You know, really not only a good pitcher, but he's been able to play in the field at third base, giving them a lot of help.
As a freshman, that's what I keep harping on, as a freshman, true freshman.
Here's a shot, and this goes over the wall.
Wow.
Laney Montesano with the home run for Jackson State. And JSU on top, 3-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. What a shot over right field.
Man, look at this. Deep, deep. And you can't do anything with it. He's tracked over there in right field. All you can do is watch it go over 350. Look at the reaction of the pitcher. He knows when he hits it. He's like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, and he took advantage of it. Bam, right through the trees.
For Jackson State, that's just their second home run of the tournament. Here's a shot in the right field. This one will stay in the park, and it's caught.
Wow.
So for Jackson State, 3 runs, 3 hits, no runs, nobody left, and this home run by Montesano. It is his 11th home run of the year, and it's now 3-0 Jackson State.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can.
Another year, another fence slum. We gon' spin and kill.
Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Back in Atlanta, you see all those cranes there. Still a lot of progress going on. Always something going on and improving this area. And so this has been a great tournament. And in that last inning, Montesano with a 3-run homer, his 11th of the year, second for the Jackson State University Ball Club during this tournament. Now they've got the lead. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Bethune-Cookman. Here's a shot to the shortstop, Robert Tate Jr. over to first base for the out.
What I will say about Robert Tate, I didn't realize how tall he was until I went down there on the field today and I walked by him and we looked at him. He's taller than I thought he was. You can see he's tall, but he comes, I mean, he's almost lanky, you might say, because he's so young. But when he starts to fill in, man, he's going to be something else.
When you got that kind of young talent already being able to produce. And, you know, look, and one of the things that head coach Omar Johnson said during this course of this season, they were forced to make some decisions because there were injuries. And so you ask guys that you think that can step up and take that role and be in that role to do that. They've been able to get some great production from their youngsters.
I mean, those 2 freshmen on that third base, you've got Harris and Tate on this third base side. They plugged right in with the upperclassmen. The upperclassmen are producing. and you watch their play, how they're playing up with they're playing up.
This one fouled off. Well, you know, we talk about all the history that Jackson State and Grambling, Southern, FAMU have, and Bethune-Cookman, they've got some guys you can look at. Stan Jefferson, he was in the league for a couple of years. Also, Anthony Maldonado, a recent name. Peter O'Brien, I think he played with Miami.
Number 20, Daniel Figueroa.
I tell you, all of these teams, they have really added a lot to this league, to an already great tradition.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, gets it.
At the plate, Daniel Figueroa. Tying run on deck for Bethune-Cookman here in the bottom of the fifth.
Saying now, we've been here when it's been awfully humid. Today feels beautiful.
Oh, pleasant. I think is the right word.
Yes.
Pleasant.
Cabeza is looking for the runner to take off. He's almost hoping. I'm waiting for him to set up for a pitch out, but I don't think that Bethune-Cookman will run like that. Due to you have a left-handed pitcher. A lot of people may not realize, but the left-handed pitcher is actually facing first base, so he's looking you right in your, as they would say, your retinas.
Yeah, you got to be real careful. You can get picked off real easy if you're not paying attention. Pitch to the outside.
Both of these dugouts are buzzing.
Well, you know, this is one of those times you just know that we've got to make sure that there's high energy there. You have to not get too low and not be too high either. That pitch in there for strike three.
Figueroa knew that was there. You can tell when they know that they missed it. Watch the reaction from the batter right here.
Left fielder number 34, Garrett Chun.
Bam. Look, he knows it. And what do we say?
You should have.
There you go. There you go.
Meaning you should have swung at that.
You should have swung, yes.
We just heard from Coach Hernandez about we need more of that offensive production. We need more contact right now in order to make sure that we can, you know, match what Jackson State has already done.
Mm-hmm.
Here's head coach Omar Johnson coming out to the mound.
Doesn't look too active down there in Jefferson in the Jackson State bullpen. Might be coming out just to have a chat, to settle down. Need you to go a little further. How do you feel?
Well, we've got Chun and Rivera coming up. And then you got Jose Gonzalez, who can definitely hit the ball. He's got 2 home runs in this tournament, so I'm quite sure that he's going to be talking about that.
And that's totally what this conversation is about, making sure to go after Garrett Chun, but be careful because you got some really powerful hitters coming up.
Here's a shot down the right field line, foul.
And that's exactly what that conversation was about. Make sure you're not getting it up in the zone.
Brother, you were looking for your glasses. I thought you were giving the sign, man.
I was looking, if I don't have these glasses, it's going to be an issue.
He was touching his head, then his chest. I thought he was giving a sign.
I saw you looking at me, but I didn't want to look at you. The Jackson State bullpen is active right now.
And now a full count with 2 outs. Quite sure when they come back up, Bethune Cookman, if they can get Chun out, they'll talk about Rivera, Gonzalez, and Cordova. Fouled off. Fans coming away with a lot of souvenirs during this tournament.
Oh, yeah, they're putting them over there.
This one fouled off as well.
I think that was Charles that asked me yesterday about how many cases of balls will they try to do per game. And I'm thinking I'm roughly about 30 cases. Not 30, maybe about 15 cases per game.
And a walk.
Is this deja vu all over again?
The right fielder.
And now you have the tying run at the plate.
Rivera.
Yeah. Here's another little tidbit. If you watch where the umpire sets up, he tries to set up in on the inside shoulder of the catcher. The reason is he's now able to watch and see the inside part of the plate.
Oh, a nice stab, but there's nowhere to go. And a run scores for Bethune-Cookman. Now, that probably saved a run with that great defensive play by the shortstop, Robert Tate Jr.
No run, not yet.
Robert Tate made a fantastic play. He stopped a run by just stopping the ball right there, just getting in the hole, stopping the ball. No, he didn't throw anyone out, but he didn't allow anybody to score. So now you're still set up that you have the ability that you can have 2 outs, and he stopped the run. That was a big play. That was a big defensive play.
Now meeting with the catcher and the pitcher at the mound.
Definitely got to make sure that we have our signals correct on what I'm calling and what we're trying to work on, particularly with Gonzalez.
And the big thing with Gonzalez, make sure you keep these pitches down, nothing up.
So bases loaded. Bethune-Cookman trying to score.
And that's what Cabeza, where he's setting up. You can see where he's setting up. Keep it low.
Shot into center field, caught, and Bethune-Cookman leaves the bases juiced.
Goes back to that defensive play by the shortstop, Robert Tate. He stops that play. It stops Bethune-Cookman from scoring. And now they get a can of corn in center field, and they don't come across the plate.
3-0 our score. We'll take this time out. Top of the sixth coming up live from Atlanta. Back after this.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can.
Another year, another fence slum. We gon' spin and kill.
Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
And taking a look at this beautiful truck. I had a chance to actually look at it, open it up, touch the leather, look at everything about this. It is a beautiful truck. It's the Silverado, and it's located right outside the gates of Rush Chandler Stadium. Chevrolet has done a great job in showcasing just what this thing can do, the storage space, and all of the great things that are available here. And, of course, you can get things modified and done the way you want to. But look at that storage space right in the back seat. I thought that was great because when your kids sit back there, they can put all of their toys and things as you get ready to go out to the ballpark.
Wow, that is a beautiful piece of machinery right there.
Absolutely. Jackson State up to the plate now. They are up 3-0. Miles White at the plate.
Sun's coming out now.
So for Jackson State, they have really given Bethune all they can handle, and for the Wildcats not to push across or run bases loaded. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Even in that game where they had just unbelievable offensive production, they left a lot of runs on the base. And Coach Hernandez says, hey, if we're going to turn things around, we've got to make sure that those can kill us.
Yeah.
And here's a base hit.
And it's not that Bethune-Cookman wasn't playing good defense on it. They just got that one hit home run.
That's right.
So they're playing tough defense. So he's got a defense. You've got guys that when the bases were loaded, Robert Tate Jr., who's at the plate right now, made one heck of a stop to keep them from scoring.
Well, they're keeping the runners at Jackson as close to the base as they can because we all know they are very dangerous.
Jackson State, and if I'm correct, ranks 8th in the nation in stolen bases.
Here's a bunt. They're able to get the runner at first.
As Coach Johnson would say, situational baseball.
That
situation presented itself, and this is what we're going to do. What do you think, Charles?
Definitely situation baseball, or as we like to call it, Omar ball.
There we go.
Ball. Yep.
Wow, look at Will. I don't know. They're playing back. I don't know if you take off. But you're not going to burn up a run.
0-2. Wow. Jalen Williams, designated hitter, goes down swinging. Third time today that he has come to the plate and not been able to get a hit. Now Cabeza coming to the plate.
Jalen Williams on his way out was conveying some information to Cabeza about what he's throwing up there.
Jalen Williams saw 3 straight breaking pitches, so you got to imagine he told him to be careful of that.
Foul into the net. Well, after a little stormy weather, we're seeing the sun out, fans coming out to the ballpark, enjoying some of the great food, great sights, and they've got some great food here at the ballpark.
Mm-hmm. So there's something going on with Cabeza. He's got to make an adjustment to some equipment.
Comes over and he talks to Omar Johnson at the dugout.
Here again is gamesmanship by Omar Johnson. He never comes out of the dugout. He takes all the time that's needed and tells this guy to walk over and to walk back. Throws the timing off of the pitcher. So now he gets him out of rhythm.
Yep. That pitch in there for a strike. Just missing for a ball. Now the count. 1-2. Here's a shot in the left. Base hit. Here comes the runner around third, and it is out at the plate.
Wow. Great throw.
I mean, there was going to be some aggressive base running. We all knew that.
Rivera with the throw. Watch this. He follows through.
Heck of a throw from left.
Wow. Here it goes in the tag. He comes up the line, tags him right on the hammies. Wow, nice swipe by Escobar.
Well, I tell you what, big play there for the Bethune-Cookman defense back here in Atlanta after this.
It's all week brought to you by Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
The shortstop, number 36.
Back here in Atlanta, bottom of the 6th inning, Ramses Cordova to the plate. Remember, Bethune-Cookman left the bases juiced in the last time that they were at bat. But the other thing is they just had a great defensive play, and that really energized that Bethune-Cookman dugout.
Chun made a heck of a throw on a guy who can motor from Jackson State. That was unbelievable. Miles White is thrown out from left field by Chun. But it was, he ran the bases well. That was baseball play.
Here's a shot straight away center. Rodney Hibbler Jr. with the catch.
The catcher, number 22, Urban Escobar.
Now Urban Escobar coming to the plate. He's been on pace twice. He was hit by a pitch and he walked. And I was talking to Coach Hernandez. He said, hey, it's not about how you got on base. It's about did you get on base. Shot to the third baseman. Wow. Shamar Harris, second out of the inning.
Montrose with a nice scoop at first base.
First baseman, number 16, Manny Soufrain.
Manny Soufrain coming to the dish. He's 0 for 2 at the plate.
Wonder what that reaction is down there in the Bethune Cookman dugout on that defensive play.
Yeah, that defensive play. And what did they say to the guys also, Simone, about those last 3 runs that they left on the bags?
A lot of excitement definitely came after that big out there, but of course, after these 2 quick outs, offensively, a little bit of deflation has arose. But I think knowing that they're back locked in defensively, they feel like they can stay in this one.
Pitch in there for a strike.
Ooh. Lawrence is really throwing a great game. Both of these guys are throwing a great game.
You know, you can tell what's really on the line today. Everybody fighting for strikes here.
Oh, yeah. You know, and you can see where the umpire was saying earlier, he lines up on the inside.
And a walk.
Ooh. Of the catcher so that he can see if they're catching that inside corner of the plate. It just gives him a better angle.
You know, I was talking to the director of umpires today for the conference, and I told him, I said, guys, you have a tough job. I said, just, you know, because this game, the game of baseball, you know, is just one of those games where you just it's subjective, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, yeah, he said there are rules in place, there are things that what you do, and here's a shot into center field. This one going back, and it is caught. And
whoa!
It's held on to by the center fielder, Rodney Hibbler Jr. What a great job by hanging on to that ball, because that could have gone for extra bases.
Oh, man, he struggled at the plate today, but he came up big on the defensive end. Watch how he tracks this. Wow. Hit, he tracks, he's on his horse. He knows that wall's coming. Boom, he makes the dive, holds on to it.
Wow, unbelievable.
Nice stroke.
Stroke, and then, of course, great catch. Great camera work by catching this here.
Wow.
Well, we're still 3-0 Jackson State going into the 7th. Back after this.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Back here in Atlanta. And coming up to the plate, Shamar Harris for Jackson State. Some great defense being played here by both of these teams. First pitch in there for a strike. Charles, we were talking during the break about, the first 2/3 of this ball game, Jackson State was able to get a big fifth inning. Here you see a strike, but the biggest thing is how Bethune has not been able to cash in so far with runners in scoring position. They left 2 in the first. They left 2 in the fourth, and bases loaded in the fifth.
And we talked about that yesterday. Even though they had a big hitting day, they did leave a lot of players on base. And that's one of the things that, I think they've been high-fiving Lawrence down here. He's doing a great job of mixing up his pitches and really keeping this tough Bethune-Cookman lineup off balance today.
He certainly is. He's been going, and he's deep now. He's going into the top of the 7th or the bottom of the 7th when Lawrence comes back. He's going a lot further. He's helping that bullpen. As we all know, when starters can go deep in tournament play.
And Hibbler Jr. gets his first hit of the ball game. So not only did he get a big out in that last inning, now he gets on base. And sometimes it just takes one big play to energize you.
He made one heck of a play at that wall. He went back and tracked it, and it was a well-hit ball. If he doesn't get there, they're still running right now. But we talked about Bethune-Cookman over the past of this tournament, leaving a bunch of guys on base.
That's right.
That's been their MO throughout the tournament.
You know what, guys? I always have known the saying and expression MO, but what does it stand for?
Moda op. I think I was going to let Charles do that because he's our thesaurus.
Modus operandi.
I'm glad he could say it.
Sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
Poof.
Jordan McClatty at the plate.
Now, because you've left so many guys on, saying, are you going to start to press on the offensive end for Bethune-Cookman? Because we're getting down to it now.
We talk about once you get to the 7th inning, you start counting outs. And I think if you are Bethune-Cookman, hits have been hard to come by, let alone runs. They've been able to get on base. You got a couple of walks in the game, but you had a difficult time just getting those hits. And so with Jackson being able to get base runners and being able to get hits in this game, I think you just have to just take your shots when you can. You cannot look at pitches, especially strike 3. I think that's the biggest thing that they're going to talk about.
But I think the thing that's, if you're a Jackson State fan, this game is so eerily similar to yesterday.
Yes.
We saw Bethune-Cookman toward the latter half of that game, the last 3 innings or so, make their comeback against Jackson State. So I think a lot of Jackson State fans still sitting on top of their hands here.
Here's a shot down the first baseline foul, and I think that's a good point because, this Bethune-Cookman team have shown that they can be explosive at any time.
Mm-hmm.
This shot going up the middle for a base hit. Nearly got the second base umpire there. And now runners at the corners for Jackson State. And Jordan McClatty moves over to Hibbler Jr. to third.
McClatty, I thought it went off the leg, off the pitcher for Bethune-Cookman. It was a shot right up the middle. Bam.
Oh, it did go off the leg.
Wow. They're going to have to check and see how he's doing. They've got to come out and take a look at him.
And they'll now have a meeting at the mound, but it did go off his leg. You saw that right off the upper, that little thigh area.
Yeah. Wow.
Now meeting at the mound with the infield. Lenny Montesano up to bat, and we know what happened the last time he was at the dish. He hit a 3-run home run, and that is what gave Jackson State their 3-0 lead. 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors. And then for Bethune-Cookman, no runs. According to the scoreboard, 3 hits and no errors.
Oh, yeah. First, they're going to check on Correa because he was hit. That was a good shot that he took. However, he looks like he's just fine. But, yes, that is definitely going to be the conversation that they're having right now on what not to throw to Montesaro. Situational baseball. We've got 1 out, guy at third on the corners. And as you said earlier, Sam, we know what Montesanto will do.
Yeah, Montesano can't hit the ball. Swung on and missed.
So the gamesmanship starts. Coach Omar making sure he has somebody positioned in front of him as he calls out his signals out there.
I'm wondering if they're going to try to lay it down. No,
shot in the left center, base hit, run scores. Hibbler Jr. comes in and trucking into third, McClatty. 4-0 Jackson State.
Wow, gets it up in the zone for Montesano. Correa, he's been throwing a good job. Macabello has been throwing a heck of a game.
And
just got it up.
Hernandez makes the second visit to the mound for the Bethune coaches, and that means Bacabello will come out. That means we will take a timeout here for the pitching change. Jackson State right now with 2 men on and a commanding 4-0 lead. Back after this.
The SWAC, the premier athletic conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride, and pedigree. Sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Back here in Atlanta, where the Jackson State University Tigers on top of Bethune-Cookman 4-0. And now in the game, pitching for Bethune-Cookman, Patrick Gork, the senior. Joseph Eichelberger is at the plate for Jackson State. They are 2 men aboard. One is already in. Pitches the ball, and here is a steal by Montesano, and that means we'll have 2 men in scoring position now for Jackson State. Patrick Rourke, the right-hand pitcher from Land O'Lakes, Florida, senior. Transferred from Barton College. First action that he has seen here in the tournament.
Everybody is in, trying to cut off this run. Corners, middle infield.
(3-1) now the count. Here's a pitch. Now a full count. And remember, there's just 1 out.
Anything close.
And this is a shot down the first baseline foul. Headed towards the bullpen.
Both of these guys are battling out there. But now he's going to have to challenge him.
And this is a chopper down the third baseline foul.
There you go.
Well, if you're Bethune-Cookman, it's so important to make sure that everybody stays engaged in that bullpen as you get ready to come up for your next at bat, because, again, you're counting outs now in the 7th inning. And there's a walk. Bases loaded now.
Bases loaded. Now, do you, with 1 out, do you go ahead and try to do a squeeze?
Well, you've got a lot of different options here if you're Jackson State, and that's where having only 1 out with bases loaded comes into play here, because now you could do something to make Bethune-Cookman's infield think. You could have them swing away, trying to get a couple of runs in. Just a lot of different options when you only have 1 out.
Trying to turn the 2.
Turn 2, turn the double play. That's the only thing you didn't want if you were Jackson State. And that saves the inning for Bethune-Cookman.
That double play could be huge, guys.
Huge double play by the Bethune defense. Now getting ready for the 7th inning stretch. Back after this.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can.
Another year, another fence slum. We gon' spin and kill.
Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. With your past, present, and future. All in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Back here in Atlanta, there you see some of the Jackson State University fans from the I Love, is what they affectionately call it.
Right.
Enjoying the game here in the ATL, 4-0 right now, and so the Jackson State fans are enjoying it just a little bit more. You know, there was a survey done that said fans that from the winning team enjoy the concessions 11% more more than the losing team did.
Oh, I would agree with that because you're like you're feeling good. You're like, these nachos are the best nachos I've ever had in the world.
They say you taste different.
Oh yeah, your taste buds, everything is better.
Buy different, you know.
Wow, that beer is awfully cold today.
Man. Colton Olison now up to bat for Bethune Cookman. Inside for a ball.
So to tell the tape on Brendan Haston for Jackson State, just from talking to the coaches, good fastball, really good changeup. So they're looking for him to do a little work here.
Here in the bottom of the seventh, and Bethune's got some work to do. That pitch in there for a strike. Even now at 1-1.
Saying, as you were saying, earlier, you keep starting to get to the point where you're starting to count outs. Lauren did a great job for Jackson State by going so deep and saving arms.
Pitch in there for a strike. And, when you're in this kind of a game and you can save arms, that really helps you out. There it is.
We were saying they're just not hitting the ball. Bethune-Cookman, from yesterday, they were hitting the ball. That top of the order was really hitting the ball. Today, they're not doing anything.
And that was from what Coach Hernandez said is, after that second game, that, hey, we got to make sure that we're getting more production on the top of the order, and they did that. And then, you look at the game here today, and they really have struggled. Matter of fact, when you look at the top of the order, they do have a few base runners, 2 hits there, and then you get to your cleanup guy, and you've got a walk basically, and that's it. So 2 hits, a couple of walks from your folks at the top of the order. Shamar Harris throwing it over to first.
I don't think people realize, you see Harris, nice job how he backs up and throws, but watch how smooth that backhand is by Montesaro over that first base. Comes through the ball.
No swing, ball 1. Garrett Chun at the dish here for Bethune-Cookman. Chun reached by a walk back in the 5th inning. 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to the first baseman in the 1st inning and flew out to the left fielder in the 3rd.
For some reason, I want to say Chun is still a very dangerous guy.
Got to be careful
for Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, you got to be careful. He's hitting .500 in the tournament coming into this game. 6 for 12. And here's a shot. Throw over to first in time. 1, 2, 3 inning for Jackson State. We go to the top of the 8th. Jackson State 6 outs away from getting to the championship game. We'll take a timeout here in Atlanta.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
McNeese Ballpark, Rush Chandler Stadium. There you see the Z71 Silverado. The truck parked right outside the stadium. Chevrolet has a great activation here at the ballpark. You see them coming in, and then, of course, they're here once you get into the ballpark as well. And you know what? Look, they've got great information, and also they are helping college students on their journey. Chevrolet doing a lot of things to help those students here in the Southwestern Athletic Conference and across the country with great vehicles like the Silverado and other great cars to help you and get in your journey. So Jackson State up at the plate now at the top of the 8th inning. For Bethune, you got to get outs.
Okay, it's a panic time now. Are you squeezing too hard?
It ain't midnight, but it's 11:30. Might be even 11:45.
Would you say a woman is clearing her throat right now? me.
You know, I think that this is that time where if you're the defense, Jackson State, you've got to make sure that, Bethune Cookman, you've got to get outs. You can't afford Jackson State to score anymore because you have not been able to get the hit production that you've wanted.
You know, I was over here talking to Jackson State left fielder Joseph Eichelberger's dad, and he was saying you cannot, you can't just sit down on this team, this Bethune Cookman team. They're going to fight you to the very last out. So he's pacing around down here.
Yeah, because just when you think that you've got Bethune Cookman's number, here they come. And at any time, a hit, then a hit here, then, a walk, and then all of a sudden now they're in business.
And here we go with the Johnson trot. I would like to start calling this where Coach Johnson has his batter walk over to him. He gets instruction, and then he'll walk back, getting the pitcher out of rhythm. Gork was having some outstanding pitches. I was looking at his off speed, his changeup. This is definitely trying to get him out of his rhythm.
0-2 the count. Strike 3. So 2 strikeouts to start things off in the 8th. Now Cabeza up to bat.
But like you guys were saying, you still cannot count Bethune Cookman out. We've seen him do it too many times in this tournament.
What have we said? It ain't over
until
it's over.
Gork drops a nice one in there on the outside.
Sebastian Cabeza from Aurora, Illinois. It is around the Chicagoland area. For those who don't know, there's some good baseball around Chicago. A couple of small teams there, Cubs and White Sox there.
Yes. Yeah, I think I've heard of those guys. But in that area, they have the RBI program that does very well in Chicago. And it's been around for a long time, and they're seeing the fruits of that program because a lot of those Chicago kids now that have been going through over those years are starting to come even out through. Wow.
Strike three. Struck out the side, and that can be a motivator. No runs, no hits, no errors, and now Jackson State retired in the 8th. Bethune-Cookman coming up in the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's still 4-0 Jackson State.
The clouds have burned off and it's turned into a chamber of commerce afternoon here in the beautiful city of Atlanta.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Back here in Atlanta, Sergio Rivera up to bat now for Bethune-Cookman. Wildcats trying to look for some offense. This pitch is fouled off. So in this half of the inning, you've got Rivera, the right fielder, Gonzalez, the designated hitter, and Cordova all coming to the plate. Here's a pitch. Swung on, foul, 0-2 the count. If you look at what they have done today with those three batters, they've manufactured a total of 3 base runners and 2 hits between those 3 hitters. Pitch a little bit high. In that 4-3 game that they won yesterday, Rivera was able to get a walk. Gonzalez was able to get on base 4 times in that game. And Cordova was able to get on once.
Trying to see where Cabeza is setting up. He's coming. They're challenging. To the outside. Trying to get Rivera to chase.
Yeah. Bullpen active for Jackson State. All hands are on deck in this game. Popped up and fouled. You know, if this is the first time that you've joined us this week, during the week while construction was going on, and there's all kinds of construction going around the campus of Georgia Tech, there were construction crews that were working in the street behind us, the stadium here, and on the sides. And in 2 different instances, one of the construction crews, they got hit by a foul ball. They were sitting under the trees. A foul ball fell and hit somebody. And then, of course, a construction crew that had one of the saws cutting the road outside as they're making some improvements. It hit the saw. And so as people were coming in, they were saying, hey, watch out for the foul balls. We're being getting sprayed out here.
Yeah, they're fouling off some balls.
Inside, and they lost this batter.
Wow. Haston lost him. He had him out front. He had him way out front and loses him. But the bullpen for Jackson State is going to be active. I don't think that Coach Johnson is going to put people into a position or give him too much rope.
Well, the key here is not to get a ton of base runners. We know right now that they're down 4. They haven't really had the offense that they have wanted so far, but I think at the same time, the biggest thing now is that it's one pitch at a time. And you're down to the last 6 outs.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Nice, just a little, let you know, I know you're there. You just need to be on your toes. Bethune Cookman has to be off running to the races. Have to take a chance.
Here's a shot into left field. This one is up, and it is away. Home run for Bethune Cookman. And that is just what we were talking about, is you cannot do this. Charles just said that in the Jackson State dugout, and one of the parents says you cannot relax on this team. We've seen this happen before.
We knew it was going. Look at the left fielder. He never even moves. Jackson State, his left fielder never even moves. Watch this. He never even takes a step.
Well, Gonzalez, who was hitting .538 in the tournament and has 2 home runs, make it 3.
Wow, this game tightens up. Watch this. Bow.
You've got Christian Womble up in the bullpen down here.
And it looks like that head coach Omar Johnson just took a look down there, and I think he's going to go out and talk with the infield. See what happens here.
I think he's going to take as much time as he can to try to give Womble a little bit more to compose himself and be ready to come in.
This was a short meeting.
Oh, he's going to leave him in. Wow, Coach Hernandez has got to be pleased with what he just saw. Now they have a chance.
And Simone, I bet you the energy is a little bit different down there in the dugout for Bethune Cookman.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready to go in this game now, the way that they were so hype over there.
This one popped up in foul territory, and it will go out of play. No outs, by the way, here in the bottom of the 8th.
Wow, watch how he just steps down into this. Whoa.
Just when you think you have Bethune Cookman's number, they dial something else up.
And you've got a batter who has 4 home runs in this tournament up.
That's right. Ramses Cordova. Gonzalez, 2 home runs, making a 3rd with that one. Cordova, 4 home runs. So those 2 batters, they have put some distance on some baseballs. Here's a chopper. Goes into center field for a base hit. Again, just when you thought they were going away.
Here he comes. And here comes the move.
Well, the move is about to happen.
Man.
Jackson State will get ready to make a change on the mound. And so we'll take a timeout here in Atlanta. Bethune Cookman has cut the deficit in half, 4-2, with a tying run at the plate. Back after this.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
The SWAC, the premier athletic conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride, and pedigree. Sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Cookman, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 our score here in Atlanta. C.J. Lewis now on the mound. And Escobar up to bat for Bethune Cookman. So now if you are Jackson State University, you want to get out of this as Bethune-Cookman has cut things in half. So what do you tell your pitcher going out there for Jackson State?
Throw strikes. Just hit your spot. Everybody else, we have a defense. Just hit your spot. Don't try to do too much. Escobar, he's a dangerous hitter.
Yep.
But our defense has shown that we have been able to cut off. So he's going to show, and then he's going to swing away, which is, we've seen that Coach Hernandez has called that, where they show bunt, but they swing away trying to draw the infield in. Set up outside, but trying to make it. There you go.
A shot.
You know, guys, as we go through with this inning, I want you to go back to the previous inning. Think how big that double play was from Bethune-Cookman with the bases loaded.
Absolutely. That is a great point. When that double play did happen, you said that this could be the thing that really tells the story here. Left 3 on base there. Then in the bottom of the top of the 8th inning, 3 strikeouts in that inning. Well, yesterday you saw 4 pitchers for Bethune-Cookman. Van Deventer had 92 pitches. Womble, 30 pitches. He's down in the bullpen now. Isaiah Williams had 32 pitches, and Shamar Harris had 11.
That's exactly what they're trying to get him to do. Outside. Anything low, trying to mix him up. Get the double play.
They got one thrown over. They got the double play.
There it is.
What a defensive play for Jackson State.
Watch this up the middle. Freshman, again, gets the double play, plays it very nicely. Nice little toss. Turns.
It's the turn by Miles White. Tremendous turn.
Turn.
Turn fire. Now, head coach Omar Johnson coming out to talk with one of the officials.
He walks right up to that line.
And they're going to review here.
Let's take a look.
Now under review.
Close.
Woo, that's close. That's so. Hold up. Let's see what the ball. Back one more frame. One more frame. One more. Oh my gosh.
That's really close. So Charles, what was the meeting about between the umpire and Coach Omar Johnson?
I'm sure it was like, why do we have to take a look at this? You said out.
No, it was close from my point of view.
It was pretty close. It was extremely close.
And again, guys, even with the replay, because it's even close up here, that it's tough to be seen. And we're looking at it frame by frame. They're doing a great job. Our camera crew's been in position.
Oh, man, that's close.
Wow. If there's nothing there, saying that's visually that they can see.
This is a huge play in this ball game. First of all, Jackson State gets the lead runner. That's huge there because you get the first out. But now if the officials come in and say you got that second out, that's a huge turn of events for Bethune Cookman.
Yeah, you'll clear the bases. Here they come.
They say he's out. 6-4-3 double play.
The call on the field has
Wow.
been confirmed by our umpiring crew. The base runner is out.
Miles White, the way he turned on that to complete that throw right there, that was key. The way he came across the bag and made that turn. Watch this, he gets the little flip, but this is key right here where he gets it and he steps. Bow.
Catch, turn, fire. Michael Rodriguez now coming to the plate for Manny Sufrane. Missing 4 balls. C.J. Lewis in the game they had against Bethune Cookman. I believe this was 2 nights ago. C.J. Lewis threw 28 pitches.
Wobbly gets it down in the zone. It's right at the bottom of the zone.
So 2-2 with 2 outs. If you look at some of the other guys, Womble actually pitched in that game, which happened on Thursday night. He had 17 pitches. Isaiah Williams, 64 pitches. He pitched last night and on Thursday night. Here's a shot in the right field, base hit. So Bethune-Cookman starts all over again. Here's a throw. This is going to be a close one at second. No.
Bethune-Cookman back at it again. Has a oh!
He just threw himself down.
Whoa, there you go.
Rodriguez celebrated and threw himself down. And there's one of the Bethune-Cookman coaches coming over to talk with him a minute.
Looks like they're going to get a pinch runner.
Pinch runner for Bethune-Cookman.
Your attention. Now,
Jamie Villafane.
pitch running, pardon me.
Ooh, thought he hurt himself at one point.
For Bethune-Cookman, it's the junior, or the senior rather, Jamie Villafane.
Villafane now will pitch run here in the 8th. And now you got the tying run coming to the plate here for Bethune Cookman. That's Jorge Gonzalez Fabo.
And that moment right there got a laugh from everyone in the dugout and even some Bethune Cookman fans. Just, you know, bringing a little fun back to this tense moment.
Well, I can tell you this. The most he's going to get ribbed from are the guys that are in the same uniform. He'll never live that down.
Remember you got a double, you call timeout, you celebrated, and you fell down? Pitch to the outside. Jorge Gonzalez Fabo hitting .300 here in the tournament, 700 slugging percentage, 500 on base percentage. 3 for 5. He's scored 5 runs and does have a home run. Swung on and missed.
All you're telling your guy on the mound, and the whole team, the whole defense, we have 2 outs, guys.
2 outs, yeah.
We have 2 outs. We're only playing for 1. Keep it simple.
Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed.
We've had 2 instances on plays.
Strike 3. Top half of the ninth. Jackson State goes to the ditch. And what a strikeout. Big moment for Jackson State. Back after this.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can.
Another year, another fence slum. We gon' spin and kill.
Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
Shamar Harris at the plate now for Jackson State University here in the top half of the ninth inning. Here's a shot into center field, and it's going to be caught. First down of the inning.
You know, third base coach Chris Stamps in between the innings said, just give me good at-bats. We need one. I need an insurance run here.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. Jackson State's not out of the woods. They definitely need to try to generate a run.
Hebler Jr. now at the plate. And it's foul down the third baseline. Jackson State 13 hits in this ball game.
Wow. Saying all you have to do is change the date to yesterday on this game.
That's it. 2-1 now the count. Hibbler Jr., of course, remember, he had a hit and eventually scored a run and a big catch in center field.
That was one of the big plays, too.
Yeah. He hit the wall, and that could have been a real problem for Jackson State. 3-1. Sorry, my fault. It's full counts with 1 out. McClatty on deck. And he takes a walk.
The right fielder, number 4, Jordan McClatty.
Let me see with McClatty. I don't even give him the run. Well, you're trying to hope that he doesn't hit into a double play. So maybe we have a hit and run going.
He's 500, so he has been hitting the ball coming into this game. 7 runs scored. He's got 3 RBI. Got a double.
McCloudy hitting from the left. I'm trying to give him something to the outside so he can hit. Trying to get him to hit into a double play with the shortstop particularly.
He is 3 for 4 today. Had a hit in the first, hit in the 5th, eventually scored a run, and a hit in the 7th. Here's a pitch. In there for a strike. 1 out.
Rodney Hebler, 33 of 39 on stolen base attempts this season.
I believe he is number 1 on this team.
You see Escobar sliding out to try to give him an advantage if they don't have the pitch out on.
Hitler thought about it. McClatty has a fan base here, obviously from Augusta, Georgia. His family coming over watching the game today.
Oh, been giving great instruction too.
Absolutely. That pitch down for a ball. Now the count is even at 2-2. Inside for a ball, and now the count is full. McClatty was down in the count, and now you got a full count.
Wow. Anything close, you got to swing. If you're trying to get inside, got to challenge him from the mound.
Here's a chopper. Don't have anything at second. Wow.
Does McCloudy get down that line?
Man.
First baseman number 21, Lenny Montesano.
Montesano now coming to the plate. He's been on base twice, home run back in the 5th inning.
Oh, they're going to put him on.
They say we're not even going to try it.
Left fielder, number 1, Joseph Eichelberger.
Still, Eichenberger's a dangerous guy.
Hitting .571. 8 of 14, 4 runs scored, 6 RBI, and got a double. But 8 hits coming into the tournament. Here's a shot to the shortstop. Oh, and the shortstop bobbles the ball, throws the first, not in time. Bases loaded for Jackson State.
Wow, who would have ever saw that Cordova would have bobbled that ball? Didn't like it had anything on it. It was in there, just missed it. Just one of those things.
Yep.
Wow, Cordova's a short-handed guy.
And it happens, and now you got bases loaded with 2 outs. Big for Jackson State.
Man, who would have thought that?
Coach Hernandez talking to his infield because you got Miles White coming up. Miles White been on base twice today. Now White did hit into a double play.
Here's the second baseman, number 17, Miles White.
Miles White. Pitch in there for a strike. White does not want to hit into a double play. Did that back in the 7th inning. 2 outs. Now 1-1 the count. Robert Tate Jr. would be the next batter. Bad pitch in there for a strike. Now Miles White behind in the count, 1-2 with 2 outs here. Top 9. Here's a shot, first baseman. And to retire.
Wow. And now we come down to the last 3.
This is it. Bottom of the 9th inning. Key here is you left bases loaded in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt Jackson State. Bethune Cookman coming to the plate. 3 outs for Jackson State in order to get to the finals. Back after this.
For 15 years, the Home Depot Retool Your School program has been championing HBCUs. We've been right there with campus grants, scholarships, and career opportunities. Winning schools have seen their visions for upgrading their campuses and communities come to life through sustainability projects, as well as new places to connect, like innovation lounges and outdoor pavilions. As we celebrate 15 years of partnering with HBCUs, we're excited to keep the momentum going. Retool your school. We're powered by purpose.
We are a limitless future, opening new doors, new ways, new everything. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. Chevrolet, honored to support the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
Back here in Atlanta, the final 3 outs of this game could be upon us. Bethune Cookman has to score 2 to tie and 3 to win. Jackson State 3 outs away from going to the SWAC championship tomorrow, 1 p.m. here at Russ Chandler Stadium. For Bethune Cookman, coming to the dish, Colton Olison, Daniel Figueroa and Garrett Chun. First pitch is a strike. Christian Womble has made appearances in 2 games already. Right back at Christian Womble, and that's the first out of the bottom of the 9th inning.
Wow, that was a big relief for the first out, but he's got 2 more to get. The chop. Bethune Cookman continues to swing the bats hard. It's only 2 runs, and we've seen it go down the drain before.
It ain't over till it's over. First pitch, a strike. Figueroa and then Chun. Bethune Cookman was in the same position last year. Had to play from the loser's bracket. Here's a shot down the third base line, foul. But they had to play from the loser's bracket to get to the championship game last year, where they matched up against Florida A&M. FAMU ended up being the tournament champion. Here's the pitch. Just missing for a ball. Swung on. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Pitch by pitch if you are Bethune Cookman.
Wow, that is not what Cabreza wanted him to do. He was set up on the outside. He comes inside.
Luckily, he fouled that one off, and it still remains 1-2. Here's the pitch by Womble. Swung on foul, headed over to the Bethune Cookman dugout.
Figueroa's going to cut it. Anything near that. Cabeza's giving him the business. Come on now.
Figueroa with a hit and a stolen base today. He's 1 for 4. 2-2 now the count. This one popped up in the air. Going over towards the right fielder, McClatty. 2 outs. And now, Jackson State just 1 out away from going to the SWAC championship.
And look who's at the plate again.
It's Chun. There's a dribbler down the first baseline. They say it's foul.
Now Coach Hernandez wants to take a couple of minutes to talk to Chun. Lets him walk to try to get Wobble out of his rhythm. Well, it's not Coach Hernandez. It's one of the assistants.
This one fouled off. And now oh 2 count with 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Oh! Just missing. 1-2 the count. Two and 2 the count. And Chun is hanging in there. Here's a shot. To second base. Over to first. Jackson State on their way to the SWAC championship tomorrow at 1 p.m. 4-3 on the putouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Jackson State, and the Tigers on their way to the championship game. What do you say about that?
What else can you say about that? Wow, these two guys have been battling for the past 2 days. These two teams have battled each other for the past 2 days, and this is exactly how I would expect it to end.
Well, Jackson State University, they have had to battle.
Wow. You can see it looks like that Charles is going to have Coach Johnson down there with him.
And Charles, take it away.
Yeah, down here with Coach Omar Johnson. Coach, you know the history, you know the tradition of this program. What does it mean to take this Jackson State baseball program into the championship game on tomorrow?
Well, when we're recruiting players, we tell them, you come here, you'll get an opportunity to play for a championship. So definitely, it's expected. Our administrators, they do an outstanding job of allowing us to coach and then allowing us to interact with our players and give us the environment to win. So it starts with a good administration and it trickle down to the players.
Your starter gave you 7 great innings today. Talk about his performance.
He's like I said earlier, he's pitched for his country. He's been on some big stages, so our expectations for him was to do exactly what he did today.
No doubt about it. I'll let you get to your team, Coach.
All right, so Jackson State on their way to the SWAC championship game. Last time they won the tournament was in 2014, and Charles Bishop has that pitcher right there with him.
I got Lenny Montesano, 4 RBIs today. Talk about your approach to the plate today, dealing with this tough pitcher, Tanner Bocabella.
Well, we know he's very talented. We've seen him all year, but I just want to thank my Lord and Savior. He calmed the nerves down. He got my mind right and my body right, and I would just be able to see that fastball and hit it just on top of it.
What is it you guys need to do and prepare for Championship Sunday?
Well, right now, what's most important is definitely get some good rest. We face a lot of tough competition during the week, and we're going to get good sleep and just be ready, prepared to do the same thing we've been doing all year tomorrow, win some ball game.
Go celebrate with your team, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, well, the Jackson State University Tigers will try to win the whole thing for the first time since 2014. Tomorrow, they will face either Grambling or FAMU, which is coming up after this game. Final score, Jackson State 4, Bethune Cookman 2. We'll have that second game coming up in 30 minutes between Grambling and FAMU. Until then, always remember, one nation, one people, peace.